What's up, guys? Today we're gonna do 5 weird tricks on a skateboard. Haven't done one of these in a little while, so let's get into this. So you guys ask about the rubber grip tape DKL sometimes, and I still do have some, but I haven't really skated as much because they used to send me grip tape and boards from like 2015 to 2018, but they haven't sent me anything for a while, so I haven't really done any videos about that grip tape. But the first trick I want to talk about is a flamingo down the stairs. So a flamingo is a weird one. It's where you take your front foot off and you do kind of like a no comply, and then you wrap it around your front leg. And then to get out of it, you kind of do a little twist, kind of like the dance from the 50s, and fling it out. So you're pushing in, out, and then you're trying to get your front foot back on. Now, when you're doing this down the stairs, you just kind of have to hop down the stairs and then get out of it. So let's try a few of those. This is one you might want some shin guards and some knee pads on at first, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So that's not the best flamingos I've ever done in my life, but we're moving on. It might take a little too long to get the perfect one down that stair set. So the next trick is going to be getting into like a board slide rock to fakie stall and then popping to the other side of the ledge. I think I learned this at Beachmont Park in Cincinnati. They have a ledge similar to this on the top of a quarter pipe, but it's the same thing here. So all I'm doing is going fast, getting into this, hitting my back trucks, then pushing hard on the nose to pop into either like a disaster, or to pop all the way to the tail, or all the way to like a 5-0, salad, crook, something like that. So yeah, it's an ollie, or you can just kind of wally up it and run into it, and then you just pop on your nose. You know, that would be kind of cool if you could pop into a nose blunt, but yeah, let's try it. I just chipped my tail really bad, and I could have totally stopped it. The board was rolling away, and I thought, I won't hit anything. It landed and hit the side of that rail. So I've done so many videos. I'm just kind of hoping these are tricks that I haven't done videos on, but I don't really remember all my videos. So this is going to be kind of like a board slide stall on a rail, and then popping over this way. So yeah, I mean, you just kind of ollie, hit the middle of the board here. You can be kind of rocketed like this, and then as you're falling over to be flat, you're going to put pressure on your front foot and then turn your shoulders the way you want the board to go. So as you put pressure and lean forward, you're turning your shoulders, you fall off, roll away. It's good to do it in like one fluid motion. It makes it a little easier. All right, so let's do an easy one. We've been doing some hard ones. This is a bank ramp, and what I'm doing is I'm getting into a blunt. I'm taking my front foot off, I'm pushing it forward and backward, and then I'm jumping back in, pulling in with my front hand. You know, I call this an easy one, but like for most people who don't skate transition, this might be the hardest thing on the entire list. Now I'm realizing, but for me, this is the easiest thing on this list, because this is just a mellow bank ramp. It's not like a blunt on a quarter pipe. It's like super easy to land in fakie. So yeah, I'm gonna do a blunt kick both ways, and then just kind of jump and pull in. So I did a few of these and I realized I didn't really explain it right. So before I get into the trick, I'm kicking my front foot forward, and the back wheels kind of slide up onto the top of the bank. This is not waxed, it's not slick, it's really sticky. If it was really waxed up, this would be harder. So then my foot shifts behind it, and when it shifts behind it, as I move it back, it's generating a lot of momentum just to throw me back into the ramp. And for some reason, it's so much easier than just grabbing and pulling back in. Just having that leg swing, my legs are kind of heavy, and it gives me a momentum to just push me back into the ramp. So the next trick I want to talk about is a Dropdown Manual. So I'm talking about rolling off of a ledge and landing directly in a manual. I forgot to bring my 360 camera here today. I really wish I did, because in my future and my past videos, you'll see I do a lot of these with like combos around this park. It's a good park for manuals. So there's a lot of spots like this to drop down and land in a manual to a spot where you drop down. Yeah, so to do this, when you're rolling off of a ledge, you have to really think about holding that manual. Because when you land off a ledge, there's a lot of pressure to put those front wheels down. Your momentum and everything's pushing you down. So you have to really lean back and really think about consciously landing on those back wheels and holding it stiff. It's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, dropping down into a nose manual is harder, but dropping down into a manual can be difficult. So yeah, this is another good spot for that, because you can drop down into the manual and then you have to pop out of it. Also, you can manual the first stair, manual the flat, manual the next two set down there. It's a double set. So yeah, it's the same thing I was saying before. I did a few, and it really wants to go down when you first roll off. But yeah, you got to think about putting your back foot right in the middle of the tail, your front foot on the bolts, and just holding it, putting a lot more pressure on your back foot than you normally would for landing in a manual, and just holding it there stable. I'll try a few at this spot. You got to do a little ollie out, or you can go into a nose manual out of it. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I think that was 5. I'm gonna go home and get my 360 camera, come back and redo all of those, because I just think it's gonna look a little more dynamic.